What's going on YouTube? It is your man's Mr. Dominic Cruz featured on ABC, NBC, CBS, Yahoo, and Fox, coming at you with another video. Yes, another one. Oh, hope you guys are striving for your purpose and mission life. You guys are going out there, working hard for grinding out and getting rewarded for, because at the end of the day, we go for that purpose and mission life. Good things do happen. And if you guys like my work, my videos, and stuff like that, there in the description box is a donation link. It's a PayPal donation. If you'd like to see more of my work, I'm always going to be contributing. So, and it is very appreciated. And it goes, and there's a percentage of it that goes to a charity. So, but today we're going to be talking about two possible ways to get an ex back. Yes. There is ways that you can get someone back if that is the person you desire to get back with, if that is the person that you really, really want. But the only way it's going to happen is if you apply these two things that I'm going to give you in this video, which is going to be in a bit, and pretty much everything will be in your favor if you follow it. But you really have to apply it. You can't just force it and then have it on your mind all the time. It's like, you can't think about it. That's the hard part about it, right? That's really, really hard to do. It's just like, you're not thinking about that person that you said, I really loved. I didn't want this whole thing to really end, whatever, right? But without further ado, let's get to it. So the first thing is the fading bias effect. What that means is, fading bias effects is basically letting time fly. Like, for example, it's just like letting time fly so that they only remember the good things, because we're not going to always be hateful about someone unless it's like we've been traumatized by that person physically, emotionally, all that stuff, right? But the fading bias effect is pretty much just like, it's just like, you remember more the angry stuff. You remember why you were angry with them and then as time flies, all you remember is the good things. You remember how much of a good person they are. So basically, you're just letting time fly, and you're basically not only letting time fly, but you're working on yourself. So as time goes on, you're only going to remember the good things about your ex. Obviously, and your ex will always remember the good things about you as well, because at the end of the day, no one's going to hold on to hate for that long, really, really. And the whole trick to that whole thing is, you have to really let that go. You really have to let them go. So the fading bias effect is really just letting time fly, letting time work itself out, and really doing its work. But like I said, you really have, the whole trick is that you really have to let them go. And of course, they'll be on your mind. That's really natural, because we're human, and that's what it is. And if it really is the person that you really desire, it'll work in your favor, but don't hold on too much. You always, because at some point you're going to have to start dating someone else new. You can't just hold on and wait and expect it to happen. It has to be a mystery. Okay. So the fading bias effect, and two is basically the perception of you. So understand that perception is reality. So everybody that you'll see a bunch of like Instagram models, they look like they live the high life, and there's a lot of IG models that do live a really good life, but it's a high life not based on their own success. It's basically like, she's staying at some dude's house. I mean, it really is that crazy, because perception, because what other people see in you, it's what other people see in you, it's what other people see in you. And let's just say, for example, 20 different people that guess what? The perception of you is very different. One person thinks you're a murderer, so another person will think that you're a very caring person. Another person think you're an ass. The fourth person will think that that you're crazy, wild, fun. Another person will think that you're boring. I mean, it is all perception. And what are you doing on your end? Like, how are you standing out to people? How do you look even on social media? Because we live in the age of information. We live in a digital age, to where social media is so accessible that everybody's gonna look at it at some point, and obviously someone's gonna get curious, and your ex may be curious to look up who you are. What do you look like? Is this really you? You know, and there's always going to be a curiosity. So you have to change your perception. This is why I always say strive for your purpose and mission in life. Because at the end of the day, when you have the purpose and mission in life, good things do happen. You have to strive for you. You have to goal set. You have to work on yourself. You have to go and get that paper. You have to go and set those goals and execute them. You can't be this guy that's just sitting around and waiting for them and crying for them and showing that you're miserable without them. Because truth be told, you're not going to be miserable. You're not going to be miserable without them. I mean, probably in the beginning you feel like you're lost, but as time goes by, fading bias effect, you're going to be okay. Seriously, you will be okay. So changing that perception of you is going to be a lot of work on you. And I don't care if you're telling people, yeah, I'm working on me. It's gonna be hard for me to really believe it until I really see it, because there are people in the past that I've coached that says I'm working on myself daily, but nothing is happening. Guess what? That's because you're not working on yourself and you're expecting results to change in a flash. That's not how life works. Sometimes things change in a heartbeat, and sometimes things take time. But you have to put in the work for yourself. You have to change the perception of yourself. And yes, you know, the perception of yourself can seem like, I don't want to seem like I'm fake, but you're not being fake, you're being you. If you go on my IG, you'll see that I'm definitely life for the party. You'll see that I'm very goal oriented, not goal oriented. I'm very motivated. I'm very motivated. I live life, and I speak. So I don't really talk negative about the exes that I've had, because I got honestly I got nothing negative to say about them, because because I don't know, because that was in the past. Like, who we are today is completely different than who we were in the past. So understand that if that is the person you truly desire, that ex, you're gonna have to do a whole lot of work on you, letting time do the work for you, and changing the perception of you. You have to but in order for the whole thing to work, you have to let them go. So if you have any pictures and you don't want to throw them away, you can store them somewhere else. If you have any memorabilia, any kind of thing, you would have to store them somewhere else, or just get rid of them. And any text messages, anything like that, let it go. Seriously, because it's not going to help you if you still hold on to it, and time will definitely not be on your side if you're still holding on to those things, because you're always going to get reminded of those feelings, and you're always going to be reminded of that person, or who they used to be, and you're always going to see them as the person that they used to be. But if you see them today, you're always going to see them as the person that they used to be, but you're not going to see who the person they are right now. You're going to have an unrealistic expectation versus a realistic expectation of, who is this person now? Just be curious. That's really how you can truly get someone back and actually have a really successful relationship, if it comes to that point. But that's so I hope that whole thing makes sense. I mean, you can really apply that to not only, exes, but you can apply that to friendships. You can apply that to jobs. You can apply that to a lot of different things. But in terms of when it comes to the exes and with ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, and then there's ex-best friends and stuff like that, I mean, you can really apply that, because truth be told is that people always remember the good more than the bad in the long run. In other cases, it could be different. In other cases, meaning like really traumatized abusively. Um, so that's a whole different topic though. So that's pretty much the whole thing. So if you guys find this information valuable, wait, hold on, and you guys like my work, and you'd like to see more of my work, there's the PayPal link to a donation. Donate percentage will be donated to a charity. And if you like to see more of my work, I would continue to do more. Very appreciated. If you like the coaching that I give, donation is accepted and appreciated I'm very thankful for them. So yeah, so if you guys find this information valuable, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a share, because it is your man's Mr. Dominic Cruz coming at you with another video. Yes, another one. All right, guys. Till next time, take it easy.